Hello, welcome to the Idle Hands Workshop. First of all, Happy New Year. If you're seeing this, you've survived another year. We're going to start the year off by finishing my latest science experiment here, trying 3 different rust remover techniques. My electrolysis is still bubbling. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be smoking. I haven't seen that on anybody else's video before, so I don't know. But it's doing something. So we'll pull everything out. It's been in there just about 24 hours now. So let's see what we've got. I think we'll start off with the electrolysis. We'll kill the power to that and pull some pieces out. I got a bucket of water over here I can use to clean this stuff off with. So let's get going. Alright, so I can tell already electrolysis has been doing something because all that crud was not in here to begin with. But in order to make space, let's see what first one we've got: vinegar, the electrolysis, and Evaporust. And I put some rusty parts into all of them. And the vinegar is still bubbling too. So, not exactly worried. Oh, I got something else for this experiment here. Just cheapo set of scrubby brushes from Dollar Tree. Which is quickly becoming my new Harbor Freight. Let's start off with this one. Let's see what this gets us. Alright. As I mentioned in the last video, the vinegar was something I was introduced to when I first got into old hand tools and such. And I don't know how well that's going to show up, but I'm going to assume that's the hardened metal, and that's not. it does an okay job. There's still some rust down in the pit. And how can you actually see how well? Because I can't even see the glare on my camera because we're outside. I know. How weird. All in all, I mean, not a bad job. I could hit it with the wire wheel, I think, and clean it up some more. But that's that. One more downside to vinegar is you're not going to reuse the vinegar when you're done. So that's a one and done kind of thing. It will also, unless you get everything cleaned off and dried off really quick, it will really quickly flash rust. So we'll set this aside and see if we can get it to do that. I don't know if it will. So that's one. I've got one more axe head in here that we will look at here in a few. Alright. Slide this. Ooh, we got some neat stuff going on in there. I can't wait to pull that one out. So here now, let's get the leaves out of the way. We've got Evaporust, which is probably, all in all, from what I've been told, the safest method. Now these, I think all I threw in here was a bunch of old plane irons, and these were all just rusted pretty bad. And honestly, the finish on them came out pretty good. Because now I can even see, I did not know that was a V logo Stanley. New Britain, Connecticut, USA. I don't know if that'll show up, but that's what it is. And, oh, wow. That was no effort involved, and that thing was rusted on there good. So, the only place we still got rust are the contact points up here. So that's not bad. Not bad at all. Matter of fact, put these right back in here. I'll let them have another go. Pull this out. This was totally rusted over. This is the chip breaker for the Sandusky that I pulled out. That was completely rusted over. And then here is, wow. And there is the Sandusky iron, which now that I've got it out and looking at it, somebody else has already taken a grinder to it at some point. But that's the clearest I've ever seen that logo since I got it. It's come out of a little coffin plane. Nice camber on it and everything. Alright, so those two are fine. Let's put that back in there and see. But yes, the Evaporust you're supposed to be able to reuse, so I'll run that through a funnel and put it back in its little jar. But now, this is the fun stuff I've been wanting to look at. And you can see the vinegar, how it's already kind of flashing. Not a big deal. And most of the time, if it's something you're going to work on, like this, I'll probably brush out. Or I may put it in the Evaporust, or I may do some electrolysis. We'll continue this experiment for a while. But the flash rust is usually nothing major. It's going to take too long to do. Alright, so this is, well, was our negative. Had a nice clunk of, to give you an idea of what, this shaft was threaded and it was this thick. Not anymore. So I find that interesting. I really find this interesting. Don't know if you'll be able to see them very well. All the little growths coming off of there. Can we see them? I don't know, I'll have to look and edit the video. I might have to redo the whole video. The sun. But, so yeah, what we've got in here were a couple more irons and chip breakers, and this was the frame to an old transitional that pretty much wrote off because I didn't want to mess with trying to get the rust off, and this thing is still going to be in here solid as can be. Yeah, I don't see that just popping right out. So let's see, that's just salt and water. So, of course, it's nasty water, but as far as rust goes and removal, it's going to be a toss-up between the Evaporust and the electrolysis, I can tell, because I've pretty much gotten this right back down to plain old metal. And I can see it's salvageable. I just gotta, there's one of the frog screws that's held in place there, and then that tote rod. Grab my clean bucket real quick. So yeah, no, because that's loose too. Just a little bit of brushing, and anything left on here is coming right off. So right away, my first impressions are going to be, if you got time to do it, the electrolysis. don't have time really to mess around with it, go with the Evaporust. Don't have either in a pinch, $2 or $3 bottle of vinegar will get you where you need to be. Well, let's see what else we got here for the plane irons. This one I could not read yesterday. Let's see if it's any better. Oh yeah, Auburn Tool, Thistle brand, Auburn, New York. So I don't know if you guys will be able to read that. It is still kind of faded in there. But yeah, I couldn't even read that before. I had no idea where that came from. Alright, where did the screwdriver go? Wow, no effort on that either. So the electrolysis again did just as well on this as the Evaporust did. And I think it actually got a little better between the surfaces. So, alright, one more to go and then we're done. Let's just see. Oh, that one's a little stubborn, I see. Where are you from? No clue, but judging it's probably a Stanley. Real pitted and pretty much faded away up there. There we go. This one was shut as well pretty good. Got all the gunk. So, there we have it. My great little rust removal experiment has come to an end. And I think I'm going to experiment, or not really experiment. This is already tried and true science method. I'm going to play with the electrolysis some more, just because it's fun. And it's not $20 a bottle. Basically, it's water in the tank, salt mixed in, and an old battery charger that you're not using. Ideally, I've seen everybody saying don't use the new digital battery chargers. They won't work for the electrolysis. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I didn't invent science. So, with that, again, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025, the Idle Hands Workshop. Probably the next video or two is going to be working with the Weaver S4040 CNC machine, hidden behind me somewhere. Not really, it's just right there. All this stuff is on wheels and it moves, so I want to do some tutorials for y'all and get everybody up and running and on the same page as I am so that we can start playing together. We're going to have a play date. So, peace, love, go make something.